Hi everyone, welcome to our next demo session, which is knowing the differences between inventory management, warehouse management, and extended warehouse management. So we're going to explore a lot more things and the differences among all these warehouse management softwares, and we're going to explore the terminologies, warehouse terminologies, and it will be a very helpful session for those who are not aware of warehouse processes very well. So let's explore. So when it comes to inventory management, so this inventory management is nothing but, so it was part of materials management. So those who are working consultants on those who are already working on materials management and the SAP, so they know what exactly the inventory management is. Inventory management is capable of managing inventory at the storage location level. So there's no concept of storage bins, storage types, nothing. So exact pinpointing where exactly the product is there in the warehouse, that will be very difficult because it processes everything at the storage location level, but not the storage bin level. And so this is part of inventory management. Those who want to go with the less inventory, those who do not want to go with the complex warehouse tasks, complex warehouse processes. Now, this might be the best solution, but as nowadays, as we have already discussed, so warehouses are playing key role. The supply chain, entire supply chain, is playing very key role. So inventory management is not at all enough. So for that purpose, as we have already discussed, or SAP has introduced around 20 years ago, so WM management, so warehouse management, SAP WM was there, and SAP WM was capable of stock and bin management, or the yard management or warehouse management. It supports storage bins and storage types, so exact tracking of the product, where exactly the product is there in the warehouse, that is possible with their SAP WM. And stock removal strategies, those are there with the SCP WM, but still it's lacking a lot of functionalities as today's evolving world. These functionalities of WM were not at all going to fulfill the current day's requirements. That's why around 20 decades ago, the SAP came up with a new solution with entire new framework, that is SAP EWM. So so before just I want you to Google something about what exactly the inventory management is and what exactly the warehouse management is. So if you Google something, you will come to know a lot of things, and that base knowledge is required because you don't have to listen to my classes dumbly. So don't become that dumb. So I want you to explore a lot of things on YouTube, or a lot of things. If you type warehouse processes in the YouTube, you will come to know a lot of things. What are all the processes which are involved in the warehouse management? So go through some videos and come to know what exactly the warehouse process, how they're being operated by their management, and so this you have to come to know. This is what I'm expecting from your side, and so yeah, okay. And I'd like to remind you one more thing. Most of you're working professionals, I think, and there's still so many students and those who are new folks to SAP. Please do your research before coming to the class, and try to invest some of your time into this subject. You may treat it as something secondary or tertiary subject, so you may give it to second priority or third priority, but that is not good because I'm expecting 100% attention from you. Please treat it as your first priority and spend some time on these videos, or when we start our SCP like configurations. You have to spend a lot of time to get into those configuration, how exactly those are configurations are working. So I want you to invest some time into this uh, SAP EWM, because it will be going to make your career. I'm sure. I'm sure if you focus on this, definitely you are going to make a career into SAP EWM. So that is why I want you to give for this SAP EWM first priority. Please keep all those things aside. You might have your work, you might have your responsibilities, but please give first priority to my class, my classes. And I'm not saying as my classes, please give first priority to the subject SAP EWM. So that's why, so in the way only you can get into this career. If you give like a second priority or third priority, it will be very difficult to get into the job market. So, so this is the difference between inventory management versus warehouse management. But our main focus is SAP EWM. So, what exactly SAP EWM? How it differs from SAP WM? So, these are the differences you can find. Are so between SAP EWM versus SAP EWM. So let's go one by one, and it is not only knowing the differences between WM and EWM and their functionalities, but eventually you will come to know what are the terminologies which are involved in the warehouses. So the first thing is stock and bin management. What exactly the stock and bin management? So stock and bin management is nothing but to explain it in a single point. How much quantity we have and where those are located at bin level. So this is what stock and bin management. So there are, as you can see in this image, there are a lot of bins and a lot of products are moving from here to there, and a lot of workers are involved here. So SAP Monitor, SAP EW Monitor has that flexibility to track each and everything where the product is located. So that's what the importance. So where the product has to be placed and from where the product has to be picked. Now, what in which direction the product has to be moved. So this is what stock and bin management. So for example, if you have some meat products or if you have some like a machinery, so you don't store them together, right? For meat storing you might have some freezing zones, so there you place your meat products, or those meat products are placed there, and in some other storage you can some other products. So there might be some specific destinations for each and every product. So that kind of stock and bin management is possible with their SAP EWM. So WM is also supporting for the stock and bin management, and EWM is also supporting for the stock and bin management. So let's move to our next point, and storage unit management. What is storage unit? So if you come to know what a storage unit is, nothing but the unit, what are the units, in which units you're going to calculate the quantity of the products. That is storage unit. Like storage unit management is called quantity classification in SAP EWM. So what is, in which units you are storing the product? That's what I want to calculate some bananas in dozens. So that is, dozen is the unit for measuring how many bananas there are. So this is what, one banana, one each banana. Dozen is nothing but 12 bananas that there. So it is not like less than 12 or more than 12. It is exactly 12. Then only we can say that one dozen banana. So in the same way, every product has its own quantity classification. For example, I'm taking in this example, I'm taking what cup. So that is one product. It's called, it's one each. So each means it's one piece of product. That is there. That is the measure. That is that is how I can measure the quantity of this product. So for example, if there are any liquid products out there, so instead of using each You may use milliliter or liter. So there might be some different quantity classification. So there might be some different unit of measure for those products. If some, for example, so let's go with the one mirror. If there is gravity, is there gravity that can be measured in some other terminologies, so that won't come into our warehouse picture. But let me tell you that different kinds of products are having different kinds of quantity classifications. So here we are, what we are doing is, one cup is nothing but one each is nothing but one piece of cup. When we stir into the cotton box, every time you are going to stir that cup into the cotton box, so that cotton box which they are using in their industry can accommodate only 10 cups. So that's why it is one more unit of measure, one more alternate, what we can say, it has alternate unit of measure. So one each is nothing but that is the base unit of measure, but one cotton is nothing but alternate unit of measure. Here, what exactly I'm saying is, so you don't think of that packaging material. So don't think of that packaging material. Think of how many products are there. So for how many products we can say one cotton. So one cotton here is nothing but 10 eaches. It is quantity classification as of now, because I'm showing here in this image. By this image you can understand that there's a packaging material. So quantity classification is nothing to do with packaging material. Of course, we are going to pack into the packaging material. So if you want one carton is nothing but 10 pieces, but don't think of packaging material as of now. So quantity classification is nothing but how many eaches is to one carton. So that is another unit of measure. So either we can measure the quantity of this product in eaches or in cartons. One each means one single product, and one carton means there are 10 products out there. That's what we have to understand as of now. And eventually we can make these all, we can take these all cottons and we can make a palette as well. So the third image which you are seeing here is a palette, what we call it as palette, and it's a more flexible, like it provides more flexibility in the warehouses to store the product. So on the pallet, around, yeah, what if four cartons were placed? Let us assume that four cartons can be placed on this pallet. So four cartons are nothing but 40 eaches of products are there. So one pallet is four cartons. Four cartons is called to 10 eaches of products. It's another way of representing the quantity of these products. So this is all about quantity classification. So as of now, don't think of packaging material. So we will think of packaging material later. But as of now, when I say quantity classification, please think of alternate unit of measure. This is what is possible in case of our SAP EWM. Let's get into one more image. We will come to know what exactly and how exactly this quantity classification is going to help manage our products in the warehouse. Put away quantity classification. So there's one more concept called put away quantity classification in the warehouse based on the quantity classification of the product. Based on, for example, in the first image, first there's one cup is there. So one cup is nothing but one each. So the quantity is there in eaches. So if that is the each, so some resource will pick the product while put away into the product. So system will propose one destination where exactly the eaches, so loose products are stored. So system will automatically propose that destination storage type or destination storage bin, or with the help of the quantity classification, how in which quantity classification the product was received. Based on that, we can direct the product to some specific storage type in our warehouse. So in the second, or let's go to the second cotton. So this cotton is nothing but, as we have discussed, there are 10 products. 10 products are there in the cotton. So when we receive 10 products, it's nothing but one cotton. So one cotton, if you receive this product in terms of cottons, so their system will propose another storage type where we can store the cottons. So this is how the system is going to segregate the destination of the storage bins based on the quantity classification of the products. And the next thing is FRSCO in the pallets, in the form of pallets. How there here you know this we will come to know how the resources are linked when it comes to the product. So one resource which some trolley he's going to carry the products to the destination. So if it is in cartons, another kind of equipment is used to store the product into the destination storage type. When it is pallet, so there is a forklift. So no human being cannot lift those pallets. So that's why to lift the pallets and to place the pallets into the storage types, there's one kind of this kind of vehicle is called a forklift. Forklifts are used to store the products and move the pallets in the warehouse. So here the forklift is used, and there is a specific storage location or storage type where exactly we can store these pallets. And automatically when we receive the product in the quantity classification of the pallets, automatically that system will try to propose all the destination storage type or destination storage type where we can store the pallets. So this is how the quantity classification in SAP EWM is going to help store products in different storage types or where exactly they have to be stored. So this is what I observe like quantity classification. So let's get into another topic. What exactly the placement and removal strategies. So now let's go to that placement and removal strategies. Placement strategies. As you can see in this image, there are thousands of products out there, and warehouse is very huge. For example, we have received some products into our warehouse. So, as you can see, that this person is bringing that cotton, but he has a question mark in his mind where exactly I have to store this product. That's what the question. Sure, if for example, if there are limited products are there, around 50 or 100 products are there in this warehouse, so obviously among one of the resources can remember where exactly it has to be stored. So no software and nothing is required to store the products. But if the warehouse is very huge and thousands, it's in acres of land, and thousands of products are there, we have to store the warehouse. So is it possible to remember where exactly the product has to be stored? No. At that time, obviously, we require a software that is nothing but SAP EWM. Based on the product, as we maintain some of the product control parameter in the product master of that product, system will propose automatically where exactly this person has to go. Further, we have like a storage bins concept and like different strategies out there. So how we have to put away those products into the warehouse. So there are like put away strategies to put away the product into the warehouse and stock removal strategies. So that stock removal strategies will propose exact source bin from where you have to pick the products for outbound deliveries. So that is what we can just we can make system know like in which bin or which storage type we have to store the product. That is nothing but that's what in warehouse terminology, in SAP EWM terminology, we can call them as strategies. Based on the strategies, system will automatically propose where exactly you have to store this product in the warehouse. That is what the strategies, and sooner when we get into the session, we will come to know what exactly those strategies are and how they are working, how the system is going to decide exact destination bin to store the product. So that is how that kind of stock removal strategies and put away strategies will get proposed by the system when we do that configuration. So that will be very helpful for the resources to put away the products or remove the products for outbound deliveries. So this is about placement strategies. And let's get into one more topic. That's what exactly is. After placement, we have when we're talking replenishment. So, what is exactly the replenishment is? So, for example, we have a warehouse. You have a warehouse. So, have you ever observed in a medical shop? So, cold and cough tablets they keep very near to them. So, the seller keeps those products very near to him. So, instead of going somewhere into his shop and picking them to or sell it to the customer, they keep all these products very near to him. So, it's nothing but by keeping all these products near to them, he's reducing the efforts. So he's not going for every customer. So somewhere in the shop. So by keeping them near to him, so he can just give those product to them. We can how he can sell those products to them. So most frequently selling products like more regular products more frequently just customers are ordering that product instead of so for this product instead of storing those products somewhere in the back side of the warehouse it is better to store those products very near to GI zone goods issue zone that that near to goods issue zone is called primary zone. So wherever actually the products are placed in the warehouse somewhere into their destination is called reserved zone or buffer zone. So instead of for each and every delivery, instead of going for buffer zone and picking those products from reserved zone and issuing those products, it's better to go with some primary zone. The primary zone is nothing but where exactly we store the most frequently selling products. So that's why whenever the customer wants that product, we can issue the products. Or we can pick those products from the primary zone and we can issue them as soon as possible. So to reduce the amount of that work, so we always maintain some frequently selling products near to the GI zone. This is what called a primary zone. What exactly the replenishment is nothing but, for example, here in this image, so there are like some how many products are there? The 18 products were there. So for this 18 products, I'm assuming that six products is the minimum quantity. So when it reaches the six quantity in the primary zone, automatically the system will create a replenishment warehouse task to bring the products from the backyard to the primary zone. That's what I'm expecting. So this is how we can reduce the amount of efforts we have to put for each and every delivery. So this is how the replenishment is going to help warehouse people, and this is how we are going to optimize the utilization of the resources. So let's consider now what I'm. So let us think that I have got a delivery for the three products. So from this primary zone, I pick those three products and move it to GI zone and issue to the customer. And I have got another delivery for the three products. Just I move to the GI zone and issue to the customer. And I got one more delivery from one other customer, just issue to the customer. Another delivery I issue to the customer. Now, what exactly is happening here? Now, as I maintained minimum replenishment quantity as 6, so now it has reached 6. Before it's going to issue one more quantity, what system will do is system will try to replenish those quantities like this. So this is called replenishment. So filling those primary zone again is called replenishment. So for this system will propose a warehouse task and one resource will go there into the buffer zone and bring those products into the primary zone like this. This is what called replenishment, and we can go with another delivery like this. This is what I can say is replenishment. So don't get confused. It is like putting the most frequently selling products near to the GI zone. and maintaining some minimum and maximum quantities. Once it reaches to its minimum quantity, system will automatically will trigger a replenishment. So with that, warehouse task will be created. Some resources will grow in the reserve zone or buffer zone and will bring the products into the primary zone, so we can go with our day-to-day deliveries. This is how we can reduce the amount of efforts, utilization of the resources. So this is what called replenishment. And let's get into another topic. What exactly another topic is? Peak logic. So in case of both WM and EWM, we have this peak logic. Peak logic is nothing but, so while picking the product to issue the customer, which product I have to pick. This is what I can say as peak logic. So in the first logic is like a FIFO. FIFO is first in, first out. What is first in, first out? So it is nothing but based on the GR date, where GR date is nothing but goods receipt date, on which date we have received that goods. So, so first we receive the goods will go out first. That is what the meaning of first in and first out. So GR dates, I have given some GR dates in the leftmost diagram that is working on FIFO, first in, first out. So among these diagrams, you can see that which one we have received first. So the second one we have received in the 2023. So that is one of the old product which we are maintaining in the warehouse, so which was received in the year 2023. So with this FIFO logic, we have to issue that goods first. So so we have issued that goods, and what is next? What is next? So as we can see, the topmost one, which we have received in the third month of 2024. So system will pick that product next. And in the fifth month, the bottom one we have received in the fifth month. So that was the old product we have in the project in the warehouse. So system will automatically pick that one, and this one, and this one. This is what we can say as FIFO logic, first in, first out, based on the GR dates of the product. When we have received the product, this FIFO is going to work. And what is FEFO, first expiry, first out? So it's not about GR dates, it's when the product is going to expire. So if the product is going to expire very soon, so that has to be issued first, because if you maintain that product in the warehouse, so it may expire in the warehouse. So it's better to issue that product as soon as possible. So FIFO exactly works in this manner. This FIFO peak logic exactly works to issue the products which is going to expire very soon. So among these five products which we have seen in the second diagram, so the third product is going to expire in the year 2024. So that has to be issued to the customer as soon as possible before it expires. So what system will pick? System will pick this one, and next, based on the expiry date, which one is very soon to expire. So one, the last but one, the product is going to expire in the first month of 2025. So remaining all having a really very good expiry dates. So among these, the last but one will be issued, and later the first one, later the bottom one project will be issued, and so as the remaining product is going to be expired in the year 2026, so it has longer period of time. After all this, issuing all the remaining products, if system wants to pick another product, that is nothing but 2026. So this product will be issued. This is how FIFO works: first expiry, first out. And the next thing is FILO, first in, last out. So in some steel industries, steel plates are there. So there are no expiry dates to the products. So you don't have to bring the products from the back end of the product from somewhere. So you can issue the products as they are stored. So in that case, if the products are not having an expiry date, are not going to damage. So like some marbles are there, like a white marble. So it is not required to bring the product from somewhere back in the warehouse. So we can issue the product how we have stored, right? So in that case, if the products are not having any expiry, or not, no, if the products are not having an expiry and the products will not be perished at any time, so at that time we can go with first in, last out, like how this first in latest work. So here you can say, oh, the last product which we have stored into the warehouse, which product. So the last but one we have stored in the warehouse in the 11th month of 2024. So this was the last product which we have stored in there, so that will be issued first. The next which one we have stored in the product. So system will pick automatically if we maintain those strategies. System will pick this one. So it was we have received in the ninth month, and in the fifth month the last product was received. So system will pick that one, and system will pick this one and this one. This is how exactly the first in last out works. Let's get into one more topic. Is it the only logic that SAP EWM provides? No. We can combine two logics together to make another logic. So let's get into another topic, that is peak logic by combining peak logics. So it is also possible to mix up two logics together to make system understand what exactly decision has to be taken for picking. So here, so let us take here in this example, I have bin 1, bin 2, bin 4. It's like 8 bins were there. So whatever the dates you are seeing in the bins are nothing but GRJs, the goods receipt dates. So I'm going with the first in, first out logic, and if the logic is getting satisfied for two bins, so system has to pick the products from the bins where there is less quantity compared to another bin. That's what my requirement. So I want to make that bin empty so that I can accommodate another products into that bin. That's what the logic here. And so let us see what exactly this logic is going to work. This first in, first out with less quantity first. So that we can combine three logics together that we can configure in SAP EWM. So now let's get into this peak logic, how exactly it is working. So first in first out means if you compare all the GR dates of the bin, so bin 7 is having we have received those products in the year 2023. So this peak logic will search for that bin and issue those goods first. Like, okay, system has proposed to pick those products first. Later we move to another bin. So system will move to another bin. So which bin has to be selected here, or at the first month of 2024. So fifth day 2024, 2024, and 11th month, fifth month is there, and the next year date we can see that 512024. But here we can see three bins with the same date, like bin 1, bin 5, and bin 8. So from where system has to pick. So as we have configured on the system will pick from which bins there is less quantity. Obviously it is fifth bin. So by combining this logic, so system will try to pick their next product from the fifth bin. So this is what the logic. And if system has to pick, so there are two dates, bin 1 and bin 8 having same GR dates, and compared to bin 1 there are less quantity in bin 8, so system is going to pick from bin 8. And obviously the next remaining bin with the same date is 5 bin 1, so system will pick from the bin 1. So what is the next GR date? Here we can see that there we can see like a uh, what exactly 5 11 2024. So like so let's get into the very here we can see that bin 4 and bin 6 are having the same dates, like bin 4 and bin 6 are having the same date. So those products we have received in the 11th month of 2024, so system has to pick from one among those two. System has to pick one among those two. So here we compare like which one is the older product we have received. So bin 3, right? So bin 4 bin 6 are having the same dates, but at the bin 3, so we have received the products in the month of 5th month, so system will obviously propose bin 3 to issue the products, so bin 3. And in the when compared to 11th and 7th months we have received the products, system will propose the 7th bin. Here is one more thing. So both we have received on the same date and same time, but uh, both in both bin same products were there, same quantity is there. So in this case, which one has to pick? System will pick which bin to issue the goods. So obviously there is like when we get very deep into the subject, we will come to know the bin sorting. So when the criteria is getting satisfied for both the bins, system will try to get the first bin based on the bin sorting. So in the bin sorting, I have maintained like a bin 4 is first bin in the bin sorting, or when it is picking like sorting. So your system will try to pick from the bin 4 and bin 6. This is how we can combine the logics to different logics and the pick logic. So like what we say as those logics we call as sort rules. So around 30 sort rules were there. So you can make use of those sort rules and you can build your own logic. So this is how peak logic works, and this peak logic is we can see like in the warehouse management. This peak logic is there for warehouse management and extended warehouse management. Now we are going to explore what is HU management. So like so let's get into that HU management. Like this is one the handling unit. Like HU. So you might have here the word handling unit, but to for the new folks or newcomers to the warehouse or SCP, so for them it's like a bit tricky to understand for a few days. So you have to understand that handling unit is nothing but as a packaging material with unique identification. So unique identification is nothing but there might be a unique number or unique barcode, so that it will not be available in any other packaging material. So this label is unique for this warehouse here, so this cannot be used for another cotton or another pallet. So that is what the uniqueness of this barcode. So as of now we can understand what exactly the handling unit is. Handling unit is nothing but a packaging material with a unique identification. So unique identification, either it is a unique number or unique barcode. So it's throughout the warehouse. Throughout the warehouse, it remains unique. So there will not be no other similar number, no other similar barcode that can be pasted to another cotton or another product. So that is what handling unit. So how exactly this handling unit is nothing but not merely the packaging material. It's having the uniqueness of that unique number, and it is having a lot of properties. So like based on the handling unit type, how which resource is going to handle this cotton box. So there we can connect it with the resource management based on the handling unit type. So handling unit types are there, handling unit groups are there. So this is how we can go into segregate. So it's not a simple concept as it's not what you think as simple as it's a packaging material with unique identification. There are a lot of things to explore about handling unit. So sooner or later, when we get more into the subject, when we are going to configure about handling units, we will come to know what exactly the handling unit is and how it's going to play the key role. And one more important thing is with this handling unit, with this unique number, we can track this handling unit very easily in the warehouse where exactly this is located with the help of handling unit number. With the help of that barcode, we can easily identify where exactly the product is located in the warehouse. That is what the importance. It's very much useful for tracking the products, tracking of the handling unit. So that is, and let's get one more thing I would like to remind you. That's what's handling unit. Here you can see that bottle is not having any unique number, so that's not a handling unit. So when you put this bottle into the box, so I think so box barcode is not clearly visible, but it's having a barcode. So that's box is nothing but packaging material, and it's having the unique number means it is a handling unit. And the next one is carton. So you can put a lot of those boxes into the carton. So that carton box is also having some unique barcode. That's what we can call it as carton is nothing but that's a handling unit. And this bigger one is called pallet. So you can place a lot of cartons on this pallet. So if the entire pallet is having one barcode, then that entire pallet is called one handling unit. So if the entire pallet is having one barcode at higher level and at lower level each carton is having its own barcode, means at higher level, at pallet level, there's one handling unit, and at carton level, there are another small handling units. This kind of concept is called nested handling units in in the warehouse. So nested is nothing but within one handling unit there are so many number of handling units. That's called nested handling units. So we will come to know them when we get into the packaging specifications concept, or what exactly the nested handling units are, how we're going to just identify those products. So it's all about how handling unit. So let's get into another subject. Both WM and EWM supports yard management. What exactly the yard management? If you want to track the movement of vehicles in the premises of the warehouse, we go for yard management. So one more facility, one more feature that is provided by SAP in both, it can be utilized in both WM and EWM. So that is yard management. So in yard management, when as we can see here, so there are doors. Some vehicles are docked to the doors here, and there are parking areas where we can park the vehicles for some time. And there are checkpoints, so where we can check in or check out the vehicles. Where that is the entrance, so where vehicles can check in and check out. So this is all about yard. So this yard management is possible with SAP EWM and WM, and there is one more bigger picture of this yard management is your logistics. That's another submodule of EWM and TM. So that will provide more flexibility. That will provide you like automation of yard movements. But as of now, we are going to going with the ad management. It's a very sub concept in SAP EWM. So SAP EWM and SAP SAP WM both support ad management. And this is one more picture we can recollect when we get into the subject of yard management. As we can see that here the vehicle is checking in, it is checkpoint, and we're parking the vehicles here. And what we are doing is we are docking these vehicles to the door here. Here the users are unloading these products into the warehouse, and they are unloading and storing in the product. So this is the warehouse. So I don't want to get into the internal process of the warehouse. So here, what is for outbound delivery? So here the vehicle is docked to the door. Now the user is loading the products into the transportation unit. The vehicle can be parked, or vehicle can be moved outside. This is the checkout point. Here we can check out the vehicle. So in the entire yard management, like check-in and check-out points are important, and parking lots and the doors. So these are these are playing key roles when it comes to yard management. So what is value added services? What is value added services? So in the next class we are going to explore what is value added services. So as of now we have discussed uh, till what is yard management. Till this point you can see that both WM and EWM supports all these concepts which we have discussed in this class. Or from the next class onwards, the WM is not going to support these functionalities. So EWM is going to support these functionality. These things we will discuss in the next class. Until then, see you. Bye. If you have any queries, please reach out to me. You can ping me on WhatsApp. So you can ping me on WhatsApp. Then I will help you out if you feel any difficulty to understand any concept uh, in this demo session. Thank you everyone.